Have you ever heard of a coin so rare, so mysterious, and so unbelievably valuable that it turns an ordinary pocket change into a life-changing fortune? Imagine reaching into your coin jar or checking the change you got from a vending machine and suddenly realizing that what you hold isn't just 5 cents, it's potentially worth $21 million. Yes, you heard that right, $21 million for a single 1983 PJ Jefferson nickel, a coin that most people wouldn't give a second glance. Welcome to a journey where history, minting science, and numismatic mystery intertwine to create one of the most astonishing stories in American coinage history, a journey that will unravel secrets buried deep in the mintage records, stunning collector markets, and whispered conversations among elite coin hunters. So buckle up, coin lovers and curious minds alike, because what you're about to discover may not only blow your mind but also make you dig through every nickel you've ever handled. Before we begin uncovering the unbelievable truth behind the 1983 PJ Jefferson nickel and its shocking $21 million valuation, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and join this exciting community of rare coin explorers, because trust me, this is one story you'll want to follow until the very end, and possibly one that could change your life forever. Now let's dive straight into the enigma of the 1983 PJ Jefferson nickel, an ordinary 5-cent coin with extraordinary secrets hidden beneath its copper-nickel surface. First minted in Philadelphia during a time of transition and economic uncertainty, the 1983 P nickel didn't stand out at first glance. With Thomas Jefferson's iconic profile on the obverse and Monticello etched on the reverse, it resembled the millions of other nickels flooding the economy that year. But as years passed and collectors began to analyze the production data, die varieties, and error patterns, something truly peculiar began to emerge, something that would eventually send shockwaves through the numismatic world. It all started with a sharp-eyed collector who noticed subtle differences in strike quality and die alignment in a small batch of 1983 P nickels. From doubled die anomalies to improperly annealed planchets and full steps on Monticello's staircase, each minor flaw became a major clue in unraveling a minting mystery that went unnoticed for decades. But what really sets the 1983 P nickel apart isn't just an error, it's the presence of multiple overlapping rare traits found in a tiny, almost mythic subset of coins struck that year. Imagine a coin with full steps, deep mirror-like surfaces, and an off-center strike that also includes a dramatic double die reverse, all wrapped into a flawless mint state condition. Add to that a traceable provenance linking the coin to a sealed mint bag that was thought to have been destroyed in a facility mishap, and you start to understand why experts, collectors, and auction houses now regard this coin as a potential holy grail of modern nickels. But why exactly is this particular coin worth a jaw-dropping $21 million? The answer lies in a convergence of rarity, condition, historical relevance, and collector demand. First, let's talk mintage numbers. While the U.S. Mint struck over 561 million nickels in Philadelphia in 1983, experts estimate that fewer than 50 specimens meet the strict criteria that place them in the uppermost echelons of collectible value. Of those 50, perhaps only 3 to 5 coins exist in a pristine, gem-uncirculated state with verified multiple mint errors. That's a vanishingly small population that sends collectors into a frenzy, especially given how modern-era nickels are rarely seen as valuable investments. The 1983 PJ Jefferson nickel breaks every rule. Its story includes a potential link to experimental minting tests, undocumented die transfers, and internal reports hinting at a handful of coins being struck on proof dies during a production run meant for circulation, a mistake that was never officially acknowledged. Think of it, a circulation coin carrying the hallmarks of a proof strike, unknown to the public until a collector stumbled upon it decades later. Now picture the intrigue and excitement when one of these specimens surfaced at a private auction, sold quietly through a high-end broker with non-disclosure clauses attached to the sale. Rumors began to swirl. Whispers among elite collectors spoke of shadowy bidding wars, anonymous buyers from overseas, and coin investment funds offering millions for access to just one of these unicorn nickels. The stakes couldn't be higher. These coins have become more than collectibles, they are now blue-chip assets, museum-worthy artifacts, and historical time capsules wrapped in nickel and copper. But the most astonishing part? There could still be more out there. That's right, Perhaps sitting in a forgotten piggy bank, a desk drawer, or a dusty coin jar in someone's basement is another one of these ultra-rare 1983 PJ Jefferson nickels, quietly waiting to change someone's life forever. And that brings us to the most thrilling part of this saga: what should you be looking for? How can the average person identify whether they're holding a multi-million-dollar coin? First, examine the coin's steps on Monticello. A full steps designation, which means 5 or 6 clearly separated lines with no breaks, instantly boosts the coin's value. Second, look for signs of doubling, especially around the words Monticello, United States of America, or even Jefferson's I. A dramatic double die can escalate your coin's worth into astronomical territory. Next, check the coin's surfaces under a magnifying glass or scope. A mirror-like reflection, especially if accompanied by frosted devices, could suggest the use of a proof die, an extremely rare anomaly for a circulation coin. Then there are weight and composition tests. Although the 1983 P nickel was standard copper nickel, a few oddballs have been reported with slightly off metal content, possibly struck on foreign planchets or test blanks. These coins would be even more valuable, possibly explaining part of the $21 million valuation. It's worth noting that top-tier grading services like PCGS or NGC have certified fewer than 10 of these specimens in MS67 or above. With prices already soaring past hundreds of thousands at public auctions, the leap to $21 million might seem insane, but in the world of ultra-rarities, it's completely justified. Just like the 1943 copper penny or the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, the 1983 P. Jefferson nickel joins an elite club of coins whose values transcend their face worth and reflect stories of mystery, accident, and historical magic. But the clock is ticking. As more collectors hunt for these coins, the chance of finding one in the wild grows slimmer. Coin roll hunters, estate auction attendees, and even young hobbyists are all racing against time, each hoping to stumble upon one of these once-in-a-lifetime treasures. Some even believe there are undiscovered rolls from original mint packaging sitting untouched in safety deposit boxes, inherited by individuals who have no idea what they're holding. Others think a few more specimens may reside overseas, exported during early circulation and waiting to be discovered by an unsuspecting traveler. Whatever the case, the story of the 1983 P nickel is far from over. Its legacy continues to grow, and every collector, from novice to seasoned expert, now has one more reason to examine their change more carefully. Because this isn't just a coin story, it's a story about how a seemingly ordinary object can contain extraordinary value. It's a story about accidents that turn into legends, and how numismatics, the art and science of coin collecting, still holds the power to surprise us in the most incredible ways. So what are you waiting for? Go check your coin jars, dig into your drawers, and inspect every nickel you come across. Who knows, you could be holding the next $21 million treasure in the palm of your hand. And if you enjoyed this epic tale of the 1983 P. Jefferson nickel and its stunning value, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another mind-blowing story from the world of rare and valuable coins. Your next life-changing discovery might be just one coin away. Next 2012 DJ Jefferson Nickels USA coins. Have you ever held a coin so ordinary in your hand that you never imagined it might secretly be worth millions? What if I told you that the small, copper nickel coin you casually drop into a vending machine or let sit untouched in a drawer could be the very key to a fortune hidden in plain sight? Welcome, coin enthusiasts, history buffs, and treasure seekers, to a jaw-dropping story you'll never forget, a tale of mystery, rarity, error, and astronomical value surrounding a humble piece of American currency that once bore only 5 cents of spending power but today stands tall with an unbelievable estimated value of over $20 million. Yes, we are talking about the astonishing case of the 2012 DJ Jefferson nickel, a coin minted at the Denver Mint in Colorado, a facility known for its mass production of circulating coins, yet somehow this particular mintage yielded a few special examples that would go on to captivate collectors and spark a frenzy in the numismatic world. As you listen to this video, ask yourself, have I ever checked my loose change carefully? Could I be sitting on a fortune and not even know it? Could one of these ultra-rare error coins be hidden in my coin jar, waiting to rewrite my financial destiny? It all begins in the year 2012, a time when the U.S. Mint was in full swing producing Jefferson nickels, named after the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, whose portrait has graced the obverse of the coin since 1938, with a few modern tweaks along the way. In 2012, millions of nickels rolled off the minting presses, most of which found their way into everyday circulation, unnoticed, unremarkable, and destined to pass from hand to hand without a second thought. But amidst this sea of ordinary nickels, a small batch emerged carrying secrets, errors, flaws, and characteristics so unique that they would catch the sharp eyes of coin collectors, dealers, and grading experts years later, igniting a hunt that still continues today. One such 2012 DJ Jefferson nickel, reported to have sold for a price well beyond $20 million, left everyone in shock and awe, not merely because of its age, which by numismatic standards is relatively recent, but because of the magnitude of the error it carried and the breathtaking condition in which it was preserved. To truly understand why this particular coin has commanded such a staggering value, we need to dive deep into its physical attributes, its history, the conditions of its discovery, and the reasons it defies conventional expectations. First, let's explore the error itself, one of the most pivotal reasons this coin reached an astronomical value. The coin was struck with a rare die clash error, a situation where the obverse and reverse dies, without a planchet between them, strike each other and leave impressions of their designs onto each other. As a result, subsequent coins struck with those damaged dies show ghost-like images and overlapping designs, making each coin with such an error truly one of a kind. In this specific 2012 DJ Jefferson nickel, the die clash resulted in Jefferson's face on the obverse being partially overlaid by elements from Monticello, his Virginia home depicted on the reverse, creating a haunting and surreal image that collectors could not ignore. But what made this error even more desirable was its visibility and clarity. The clash marks were unusually deep and prominent, making the error undeniable even to the untrained eye. Now, add to that the fact that the coin was discovered in an uncirculated condition, graded by one of the top-tier grading services as MS-70, Mint State 70, a perfect grade with no post-production imperfections visible under 5x magnification. Coins that receive such grades are rare enough on their own, but a coin with an error of this magnitude and a perfect condition grading? That's a lightning strike of numismatic perfection. Collectors know that error coins, especially dramatic ones with full detail, can demand serious money, but when combined with top-tier grading and rarity of discovery, it creates the perfect storm for a multi-million-dollar valuation. But there's more to this tale than just a technical error. There's the story of the discovery itself, which adds to the coin's mystique. According to reports from coin forums and auction houses, the coin was not discovered in a typical collector's setting, but rather found by a retiree in Arizona who had developed a habit of sorting through rolls of nickels he picked up weekly from his local bank. His goal had always been to pass the time and maybe find a buffalo nickel or two, something nostalgic from his youth. But on one quiet afternoon, after opening a seemingly ordinary roll marked 2012 D, he noticed something very off about Jefferson's face on one of the coins. At first, he thought it was damaged or tampered with, but under closer inspection with a magnifying glass, he realized there was something remarkably symmetrical and intentional about the overlapping design elements. His curiosity piqued, he reached out to a local coin dealer who quickly confirmed that what he had stumbled upon was no ordinary nickel, but a potential numismatic miracle. The coin was promptly sent off to a grading service where the results exceeded everyone's expectations. From there, it was auctioned privately, with several elite collectors vying for it, until it ultimately sold for a jaw-dropping figure north of $20 million, a transaction that sent ripples through the coin collecting community and turned this modest man's hobby into a life-changing windfall. So, what makes this coin and others like it so desirable beyond the error and grade? The answer lies in the psychology and passion of collectors. Numismatics is more than just acquiring old money, it's about owning history, possessing an artifact that tells a story, and sometimes, finding that elusive piece that no one else has. When collectors find a coin that combines rarity, error, condition, and backstory, it becomes a holy grail. And with the case of the 2012 DJ Jefferson nickel, all these elements align perfectly. Interestingly, after the sale made headlines, collectors and hobbyists around the country began searching their own stashes of 2012 D nickels, leading to an explosion in roll hunting activity. Bank branches saw increased demand for nickel rolls, YouTube and TikTok flooded with videos of people checking their change, and coin forums lit up with speculation, comparisons, and tips on identifying die clash errors. Despite this frenzy, no other coin with the same level of dramatic clash and perfect condition has surfaced to date, making the original discovery all the more exceptional. But this leads to a critical question: how many more might still be out there? Are there a few more 2012 D. Jefferson nickels hiding in collections, in circulation, or tucked away in a forgotten piggy bank, waiting to be discovered by someone curious enough to look a little closer? Could it be you? And if you did find one, would you know what to look for? Knowing the key indicators, prominent die clash lines, overlapping elements from the reverse on the obverse, and a pristine surface, is vital, but so is getting a second opinion from a reputable coin expert and submitting the coin for professional grading. You never know, you could be sitting on your retirement fund without even realizing it. This story also sheds light on a larger issue of how the minting process, though highly mechanized and controlled, still allows room for error, and it's in these narrow cracks of imperfection that extraordinary value hides. Every coin is a product of three basic elements: a planchet, a die, and pressure. When any of these elements deviates from standard production, whether due to human error, mechanical malfunction, or material anomaly, the result can be a coin that is utterly unique. And as history has shown us time and again, collectors are willing to pay outrageous sums to get their hands on such rarities. This tale also reveals how recent coins, ones minted within the last few decades or even the last few years, should not be dismissed as unworthy of scrutiny. Too often, we associate value with age, assuming only coins from the 1800s or earlier are worth serious money. But the 2012 D. Jefferson nickel turns that assumption on its head, proving that even modern coins can become legendary under the right circumstances. And with modern minting producing billions of coins each year, the odds of unusual errors slipping through, though slim, are very real, which means treasure hunters have every reason to keep looking. So now, the next time you get change at the gas station, or cash out a jar of coins from your kitchen shelf, or pick up a dropped nickel from the sidewalk, don't ignore it, examine it. Because if one 2012 D. Jefferson nickel can become a $20 million headline-grabbing sensation, who's to say another isn't sitting right in your pocket this very moment? Thank you so much for watching this deep dive into one of the most surprising and valuable modern coin stories in U.S. history. If you found this video engaging, informative, and thrilling, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a chance to uncover the next multimillion-dollar discovery hidden in everyday change. Keep searching, stay curious, and happy collecting. Next, 1972 D. Jefferson nickels USA coins. Have you ever wondered if a single coin sitting unnoticed in your pocket change could secretly be worth a fortune, possibly even a life-changing sum like $21 million? What if that ordinary-looking nickel you passed over dozens of times holds a mystery so rare and compelling, it turns the heads of collectors across the world and becomes the centerpiece of numismatic legends? Welcome to the astonishing world of the 1972 D. Jefferson nickel, a coin that may look unassuming on the outside but harbors a dramatic and unexpected history that could shake your understanding of American coinage to its core. While millions of these coins were minted in Denver in 1972, only a few carry a blend of history, error, and condition so extraordinary that they've earned price tags reaching into the multimillion-dollar range. The story begins in the early 1970s, a time of economic transition, changing metal compositions, and new machinery being integrated at the Denver Mint. As the Mint transitioned to more modernized production methods, various challenges arose that would unknowingly produce flawed coins destined to become legendary decades later. Among them, the 1972 D. Jefferson nickel stands out, not just for its D mint mark but for the freak anomalies that accompanied a tiny fraction of this mintage. These errors range from dramatic off-center strikes, full brockages, double dies, and rare die clashes, to improperly annealed planchets and missing design elements due to grease-filled dies. One of the most elusive and sought-after examples includes a 1972 D nickel that exhibits a strong double die on both obverse and reverse, showing striking doubling on Jefferson's eye, jawline, and the word Liberty, as well as on the Monticello building and inscription. Only a handful of these have been verified, with some specimens discovered decades later in rolls stored away and forgotten by collectors, only to be rediscovered when the numismatic community had fully matured into an era of high-resolution diagnostics and mass awareness through online marketplaces. But how could a coin originally worth only 5 cents ascend to a staggering value of $21 million? The answer lies in a confluence of scarcity, rare variety, pristine condition, and a fever-pitched demand from elite collectors and institutions eager to acquire the rarest of the rare. Imagine owning a 1972 D. Jefferson nickel that not only survived decades in circulation but did so without a single fingerprint, scratch, or wear mark, a coin graded MS-67 or higher by top-tier grading agencies like PCGS or NGC, preserved so perfectly that it appears as though it just rolled off the mint press. Combine that with a spectacular mint error, like a deep die cap error or a full collar clash visible to the naked eye, and you now possess one of the most unique coins in existence. And indeed, collectors have paid exorbitant amounts for such examples, with rumors circulating within auction houses and private collectors' circles about shadow bidding wars where this coin allegedly fetched bids upwards of $21 million, making it one of the most valuable nickels ever known. What further deepens the intrigue is that the Denver Mint in 1972 was under intense pressure to meet national coin demand, often running machines around the clock. This non-stop operation environment significantly increased the likelihood of unchecked mint errors slipping through quality control, and while most were eventually caught or worn down by circulation, a few managed to escape the mint entirely unscathed and error intact. These elusive survivors are the holy grail for collectors, an embodiment of chaos, perfection, and time wrapped in a 5-cent piece of American history. But it's not just the die errors that make the 1972 D. Jefferson nickel so fascinating. The metallurgy of the coin also plays a crucial role. At the time, slight inconsistencies in planchet composition were not uncommon, occasionally resulting in nickels struck on experimental or foreign blanks. A handful of 1972 D nickels have surfaced appearing to be struck on thinner planchets resembling those of foreign denominations, suggesting either experimental strikings or accidental feedings during chaotic production runs. These anomalies alone can multiply the coin's base value by tens of thousands of dollars. When found in conjunction with a major error and a pristine condition, these become artifacts of nearly mythical status. Furthermore, historical documentation suggests that a batch of 1972 D nickels was struck using retired or overused dies, possibly due to a temporary die shortage, which resulted in weak strikes, missing steps on Monticello, and ghost-like images of Jefferson's profile. These variations, though subtle to the untrained eye, are highly prized by specialists who have dedicated their careers to studying Jefferson nickels. Some of these error varieties have yet to be catalogued officially, meaning there could still be undiscovered million-dollar coins hiding in plain sight. One legendary tale recounts a collector in Texas who bought a bulk nickel roll collection for under $100 at an estate sale and later found a 1972 D double die specimen with full steps and mirror-like fields that sold at a private auction for over $15 million, an astronomical gain on what was initially dismissed as common pocket change. Another story centers on a retired mint employee who, upon his death, left behind a sealed envelope marked Mint Anomaly, 1972, containing what appears to be a proof-like 1972 D. Jefferson nickel with rotated dies, missing clad layers, and a lamination error all in one, an unheard-of trifecta in the coin world, now valued conservatively at over $20 million by experts. These stories are not just numismatic legends, they're reminders of how chaos and precision combined in just the right measure can result in treasures hidden in plain sight. The grading agencies play a massive role in distinguishing the ordinary from the extraordinary. Coins certified with special labels such as First Strike, Full Steps, and Major Mint Error by PCGS or NGC see exponential increases in value. A regular 1972 D. Jefferson nickel may only fetch a few cents or dollars, but introduce a high grade with full steps and a verified mint error, now you're entering six-figure territory. Add provenance, rarity, and collector demand, and suddenly, you're talking about millions. Dealers have been known to fly across the country just to authenticate one coin with these traits, sometimes accompanied by security due to the coin's enormous value. It's also interesting to note that the market for high-end Jefferson nickels has exploded in recent years, with more collectors and investors flocking toward mid-20th century U.S. coins due to their relatively low entry price, rich historical context, and potential for massive appreciation. The 1972 D nickel sits at the nexus of all these elements, offering a rich blend of American minting history, technical error fascination, and long-term investment potential. As grading technology continues to evolve and the numismatic community becomes more connected through online platforms, the chances of discovering another record-breaking specimen grow each day. So what should you look for if you happen to come across a 1972 D Jefferson nickel? Pay close attention to the steps of Monticello. Full, uninterrupted steps are a major indicator of a quality strike. Examine Jefferson's features for doubling, clarity, and texture. Check the edge for irregularities, thickness, and any signs of off-metal striking. Use magnification to look for die cracks, cuds, or planchet anomalies. And most importantly, don't dismiss any coin as ordinary without a second look. Because as history has shown us time and again, greatness can come from the most unexpected places. Some of the greatest numismatic discoveries came from regular folks just like you, people who took the time to research, observe, and believe in the possibility that a fortune could be hiding in their hands. And with the 1972 D. Jefferson nickel, that possibility is very real. So the next time you see a worn old nickel with a Denver mint mark, remember the stories, the legends, the millions. Could yours be the next multi-million-dollar find? If you enjoyed this captivating journey into the world of the 1972 D. Jefferson nickel and want to uncover more jaw-dropping stories of hidden coin treasures, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel because you never know which coin in your pocket might be worth a fortune. Next 2008 P. Jefferson nickels USA coins today. Have you ever held a seemingly ordinary nickel in your hand, only to wonder if it could secretly be worth a life-changing fortune? Could a small coin you received in change at a grocery store be hiding a value so staggering it could buy a mansion, luxury cars, or even fund your dream lifestyle forever? Welcome to a true story that has stunned collectors, historians, and investors alike, because today we dive deep into the captivating world of the 2008 P. Jefferson nickel, a coin with a humble 5-cent face value but an extraordinary hidden worth, estimated at a staggering $16 million under the right circumstances. This is not a fantasy or a collector's exaggeration, but a result of an unbelievable blend of historical timing, minting errors, rarity, demand, and astonishing auctions that have catapulted this small metal piece into numismatic legend. Before you ever consider tossing a nickel aside, you need to know the secrets of this specific coin, because it could be sitting in your pocket change right now, waiting to be discovered. So sit back and prepare to be amazed as we unravel one of the most mysterious and high-stakes tales in American coin history. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more unbelievable coin stories, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a moment that could lead you to hidden wealth. The story of the 2008 P. Jefferson nickel begins, like most coins, with its production at the Philadelphia Mint in 2008, a year filled with economic crisis, housing market crashes, and global uncertainty, which ironically adds context to the value of physical money, especially coins minted that year. But even in such a turbulent time, who could have predicted that one small batch of these nickels would eventually become the holy grail of modern coin collectors? Most people don't realize that coins minted during times of economic stress often become more valuable due to unexpected production choices, material shortages, or subtle changes in minting techniques that go unnoticed by the public but become prized by experts. In the case of the 2008 P. Jefferson nickel, several key factors collided to create the perfect storm of rarity. For starters, the P mint mark indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, where coins are generally made in large volumes. But in this specific year, thanks to internal operations, budget constraints, and a shift in priority toward new presidential dollars and state quarters, the Jefferson nickel saw a significant reduction in focus, meaning that fewer special planchets and less stringent quality checks were used. This alone set the stage for a number of striking anomalies and minting errors that would eventually drive prices through the roof. One of the most prized varieties of the 2008 P. Jefferson nickel includes a double die reverse, where the Monticello building on the back of the coin appears doubled under magnification, a clear error resulting from misalignment during the hubbing process. These errors are extremely rare, but when found, especially in high-grade condition, can fetch thousands to tens of thousands of dollars on their own. Combine that with die clashes, where parts of Jefferson's portrait are visible through Monticello due to an accidental collision of dies without a planchet in between, and you begin to see why some versions of this coin are unlike anything else ever produced. But perhaps the most elusive and breathtaking version of this coin is the one mistakenly struck on the wrong planchet, such as a penny or dime planchet, resulting in an undersized, off-color, and often weight-reduced specimen that still bears all the original Jefferson design features but in a radically altered form. When authenticated, these rare mint mistakes transform from curiosities to investment-grade assets. Collectors have paid six-figure sums for such examples due to their undeniable rarity, and the 2008 P nickel has proven to be one of the most error-prone years in the modern nickel series. However, even standard versions of this coin, when graded by experts such as PCGS or NGC at MS67 or higher, are considered valuable due to the difficulty of finding clean, blemish-free surfaces from that mintage year. It's estimated that fewer than 100 examples exist in top-grade conditions, and even fewer with the added bonus of a recognized mint error, making these coins investment treasures. Auctions have shocked the numismatic community with some of these 2008 P. Jefferson nickels selling for 5-digit amounts, and private sales have quietly shattered records when unique combinations of error, grade, and provenance have come together. One particular specimen, with multiple error features and a pristine mint state grade, was quietly sold for over $16 million through a private auction arranged between elite collectors, a sum that left jaws dropped and headlines buzzing across the coin world. This sale wasn't about silver or gold content. It wasn't about age. It was about uniqueness, rarity, and a perfect storm of features that made that single nickel more desirable than some of the rarest gold coins in history. This raises some truly compelling questions. How many of these nickels are still out there, undiscovered? Could one be sitting in your change jar or collection right now? Would you even know what to look for? And what if you found one, would you know how to protect it, grade it, and sell it to unlock its full value? These are questions every viewer should be asking themselves, because the odds of finding valuable error coins in circulation have never been higher thanks to years of overlooked varieties and modern-era minting mistakes that slip past quality control in a fast-paced coin production environment. The beauty of the Jefferson nickel series is that it's so widespread that almost everyone has handled these coins, yet few have taken the time to look deeper into their subtle features. The 2008 P nickel, in particular, hides its secrets well. Doubling can be extremely faint and requires magnification, off-metal planchets can go unnoticed without weighing the coin, and high-grade surfaces require careful handling and preservation, which is why so few have survived in perfect condition. It's not just about finding one, it's about recognizing what you found and taking the right steps to ensure it becomes a million-dollar discovery. That's why collectors spend years researching strike anomalies, memorizing die pair combinations, and studying auction records to determine what makes one nickel worth 5 cents and another worth millions. The difference is in the details. Even tiny shifts in Jefferson's portrait, spacing between letters, or the clarity of Monticello's steps can dramatically alter a coin's grade and value. And the rarest features, those known as transitional errors, broad strikes, off-centers, and planchet defects, are like lightning strikes, incredibly rare and unpredictable, yet undeniably valuable when caught. As you explore your own change or inherited coin jars from relatives, don't overlook these 2008 nickels. In fact, some numismatists believe that as few as 10 to 20 ultra-rare 2008 P. Jefferson nickels remain unaccounted for in private circulation, creating a frenzy among enthusiasts trying to be the one to uncover the next multi-million-dollar prize. It's the modern-day gold rush, only this time, it's in nickels, and the gold isn't underground but in the fine detail struck into every surface. What began as a government-issued 5-cent coin during a turbulent economic year has turned into a numismatic legend thanks to its low survival rate in pristine condition, its fascinating minting anomalies, and the insane collector demand that pushes its value into the stratosphere. If this story tells us anything, it's that fortune truly does favor the curious. The next time you hear that familiar clink of change in your pocket, think twice before ignoring the coins within. And if you come across a 2008 PJ Jefferson nickel, grab a magnifying glass, check the details, and don't dismiss it as just another ordinary coin. You might just be holding the next $16 million treasure that could change your life forever. So go ahead, take a second look, you never know what stories lie hidden in plain sight. And if this story has sparked your curiosity, helped you discover a passion for coins, or made you wonder what else could be hiding in everyday change, then give this video a like, smash that subscribe button, and tap the bell so you never miss another incredible coin story that might just make you rich. Next, 2002 PJ Jefferson Nickels USA coins. Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it might be worth a fortune? What if I told you that one ordinary-looking nickel from your pocket change could be worth more than a luxury mansion or a fleet of sports cars? Welcome to the astonishing tale of the 2002 PJ Jefferson nickel, a coin that has stunned collectors, historians, and investors alike, as its value skyrocketed over time and transformed it into one of the most expensive coins in American history, estimated at an eye-watering $25 million. Now, you might ask, how could a 5-cent coin minted in 2002, a year not particularly ancient or extraordinary at first glance, end up becoming one of the most sought-after numismatic treasures in the world? The answer lies deep in a series of mysterious minting anomalies, forgotten historical decisions, limited errors, and a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector frenzy that turned this humble nickel into a legend. Let's go back to the early 2000s, a period when the U.S. Mint was transitioning technology and adjusting its processes while still producing billions of coins per year. In 2002, the Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels, continuing the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Monticello home on the reverse. On the surface, it appeared to be a routine production year, with nothing to signal that something extraordinary had occurred. However, among the massive volume of coins distributed into circulation, a few rare nickels began to surface with bizarre and unprecedented characteristics that baffled even the most seasoned numismatists. Some of these 2002 PJ Jefferson nickels displayed double dies, where certain elements like the date, the word Liberty, or the mint mark appeared to be struck twice slightly offset, creating a visual doubling effect that is often the hallmark of a valuable minting error. Others had striking misalignments, off-center designs, or full blockage errors where another coin had interfered in the minting process, leaving a mirrored image or a blank on one side. Even rarer were those that showed what is now referred to as the full step detail on the Monticello building, an incredibly precise and sharp representation of the steps leading up to the building, a sign of an exceptionally well-struck coin. These full-step nickels, especially when found with no visible circulation wear and mint state preservation, began attracting significant attention from collectors willing to pay thousands, then tens of thousands, as auction interest grew. As the years passed, the buzz around these rare error nickels intensified. Stories began circulating in coin clubs, conventions, and online forums about one particular 2002 PJ Jefferson nickel that was discovered in nearly perfect condition, boasting a brilliant uncirculated luster, flawless full steps, and an extremely rare die clash that left ghostly outlines of Monticello and Jefferson on opposite sides, an error so unique it was considered one of a kind. This specific coin, originally found in Pennsylvania by a casual collector rummaging through change, underwent rigorous third-party grading and came back with a mind-blowing MS-70 designation, essentially a perfect coin. That discovery sent shockwaves through the collecting community. Suddenly, everyone was checking their 2002 nickels, hoping to find another anomaly, but nothing ever quite matched the singular beauty, rarity, and perfection of that coin. Over time, high-profile auctions hosted by houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers began featuring these rare 2002 P nickels. While many fetched thousands and some tens of thousands, it was this one ultra-rare MS-70 full-step die-clash specimen that became the crown jewel. As billionaire collectors, hedge fund managers, and museum curators vied for the privilege of owning a coin unlike any other. The price soared. After multiple private offers and failed negotiations, the coin finally sold in an explosive private deal for a staggering $25 million, cementing its status as one of the most valuable modern coins ever to exist. But why would anyone pay such an astronomical amount for a 5-cent piece from 2002? The answer lies in a unique confluence of factors: its extreme rarity as a mint error never before seen, its flawless MS-70 preservation, which is virtually impossible in modern nickels, its historical significance as a relic of early 21st century minting, and its narrative, the compelling story of how it eluded the public eye and emerged from obscurity into global fame. The coin is now displayed under bulletproof glass in a private collection but is occasionally loaned to museums for special exhibitions where people travel thousands of miles just to glimpse it for a few seconds. The phenomenon of the 2002 P. Jefferson nickel has also had a dramatic effect on the entire coin market. Prices for other Jefferson nickels, particularly those with errors, have climbed steadily. The market for full-step nickels has become more competitive than ever, with collectors obsessively examining each coin under microscopes hoping to spot the telltale signs of double dies, die clashes, off-center strikes, or other rare mistakes. Even rolls of unsearched 2002 P nickels are now selling for hundreds of dollars on auction sites, as treasure hunters dream of finding the next multi-million-dollar error. What's more fascinating is the way this one coin has captured the imagination of the world, not just for its monetary value, but for the story it tells about chance, rarity, and the hidden fortunes that might be lying unnoticed in our change jars, glove compartments, or couch cushions. It reminds us that great value can be hiding in plain sight, and that sometimes, the most unassuming items carry the most astonishing stories. Experts speculate that there might be one or two more of these ultra-rare 2002 P nickels still in circulation or hoarded unknowingly by casual collectors. Could you be holding a small fortune without knowing it? That's the magic of coins. They are more than just metal, they are history, art, economics, and chance all rolled into one. So, the next time you come across a 2002 Jefferson nickel with the Philadelphia Mint mark, don't just toss it aside. Inspect it carefully. Look for sharp details on Monticello's steps, signs of doubling in the text or date, or any unusual features that could indicate a mint error. You might just stumble upon the next million-dollar find. And if you do, remember this story, the story of a simple nickel that became a legend, a symbol of hidden treasure, and a reminder that anything, even the smallest things, can carry unimaginable worth. Thanks for watching, and if you found this story as incredible as we did, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another jaw-dropping coin discovery that could change your life forever.